Hi everybody, I'm Colton with Promolife, and today we're going to be doing the initial setup for the comprehensive ozone insufflation package. To begin the setup, you need your water bubbler humidifier combo, which includes a 500 milliliter flask, plexiglass stand, a humidifier stem, an ozone destruct system, and a 3-foot section of silicone tubing. Included with your generator, you'll have a 5-foot section of silicone tubing with additional fittings, a 3-foot section of silicone tubing, and a 5-foot section of oxygen tubing. You'll also have the power cord for your generator. In this package, you have the option between 2 different generators, the O3 Elite Dual and the O3 Arc Standard. Both can be used for ozone saunas, however the O3 Arc Standard has a digital display and a built-in timer, so some do prefer to use it for saunas. Today, we'll be using the O3 Elite Dual. Here, I have an oxygen tank regulator. One of these is not included in your package, but you do need one in order to do the setup. Right now I'm going to show you exactly how to attach it to your oxygen tank. To connect your industrial regulator to your industrial oxygen tank, you will place it right against the threading on the tank itself and slowly start to tighten this onto it. This is the 540 Gold, and I do prefer this one because it can be hand tightened and it has a higher pressure rating. The standard, you will need a wrench in order to affix it to the tank. Once you have it tightened, I do recommend slightly tilting it up just because it makes it a bit easier to read the face on here. Now I'll show you exactly how to set up the rest of your system. Now I'm going to plug in the ozone generator. We do prefer that you plug it directly into an outlet, but for this video we're going to be using an extension cable. Right now, you'll plug it into the back of your ozone generator, right here. Just going to push straight in. One test I have people do, just really quick, is make sure that when you turn these dials on, there should be a green light, and once you see those, it lets you know everything's connected to power correctly. Now, I'm going to take the dust caps off of the oxygen in and ozone out ports. These are really nice for when you're storing your generator long term, just to help keep debris from entering the generator. Now, you'll take your 5-foot section of oxygen tubing over to your oxygen tank regulator. These dimples here, you're going to want to try and push this up to at least the first or second dimple, and then the opposite end with the lure lock, you're going to take to your oxygen in port. You'll just tighten this on like so, and as soon as you feel resistance, stop there. You just don't want to over tighten and break it off into the generator. Now, I'm going to show you exactly how to set up your water bubbler humidifier combo. To begin the setup for your water bubbler humidifier combo, you're going to want to take at least 400 milliliters of distilled water and fill up your flask. Next, take your stem, which is very fragile, so be very careful when you insert it, just like so. Then, take your 5-foot section of silicone tubing with the check valve attached. The check valve's main purpose is to help prevent the backflow of fluids into the generator. You're going to take the end with one fitting. You're going to attach that onto the ozone out port, just like you did the oxygen, and as soon as you feel resistance, stop there so that you don't over tighten. The end with no fitting, we're going to take over to the water bubbler humidifier combo itself, to the one that's going straight up and down all the way to the water. You're just going to push this over the lure lock. And now we're going to take the 3-foot section of tubing that came with the water bubbler humidifier combo, and it's going to go on the opposite lure lock. You're just going to push it over there. And the opposite end of this tube is going to go to your ozone destruct system. You'll want to make sure that the off is pointed downwards, and the tubing is going to attach to the side of the destruct, just like this. Now that we have everything set up, I'm going to run a test to make sure everything's working correctly. To begin testing the system, we're going to start with our oxygen tank. At the top, you'll see a tank valve, which are going to turn counterclockwise. Once open, you'll see the needle on your regulator jump up to pressure. After that happens, you're going to turn and set your flow rate to 1/8 liters per minute. Now, we're going to test that the generator is producing ozone. To do so, we're first going to disconnect the tubing on the ozone out port, and we're now going to perform the rubber band test. To do this test, you're going to stretch the rubber band about 1 inch above the ozone out port with your generator on max dial settings. So right now I'm going to turn these on, and I'm now going to stretch the rubber band, and once it snaps, that lets me know that ozone's being produced, and we can put the tubing back onto the ozone out port. You will smell a little bit of ozone in the room as you do this, but you'll just want to make sure you have good circulation. We recommend having a ceiling fan or a personal fan on in the room. Now, I can see the ozone gas is going through the water bubbler and out the destruct system. What this destruct system basically does is it reverts ozone back to oxygen to then go back to the room. Now we know everything's working efficiently, so I'm going to show you exactly how to power down your system. The first thing I'm going to do is turn off the ozone generator and let this oxygen flow for just a couple seconds just to push the ozone that's remaining in the line out through the destruct system. Now, we can come back over to the top tank valve and turn this clockwise to close it. You will still see remaining pressure on your regulator. This is just between the closed tank valve and the regulator itself. Now that we have this closed, we can go ahead and open up our regulator to 2 liters a minute, just to bleed off that remaining pressure. You'll start to see that needle go down faster and faster, and once it's down at the refill, I'm going to switch this regulator back to 0 or off, depending on which one that you have. So now I'll switch this back. And one thing I always recommend doing is disconnecting the ozone output tubing if you're using a water bubbler, because it just prevents all chances of backflow. Now that we know everything's working efficiently, you're ready to start using your system. Thanks for watching. Check out our other YouTube videos for more information, and be sure to follow us on social media. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for future videos.